This is a beginner's guide to artist alleys. Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Kim. I'm an artist and a small business owner. I have been selling my art in artist alleys for about 2 years now, and I have learned a lot during that time. So I thought in this video, I'll share with you some of my tips, my tricks, and all of my learnings throughout the years. So on this channel, we have an ongoing series. This is Artist Alleys for beginners. Basically, I share with you lots of tips and tricks. On our first episode, I taught you guys how to apply for Artist Alley. So if you're interested, go check that out. Basically, I'm trying to make a series or a YouTube channel where if I was starting out, ito yung mga bagay na gusto ko sanang makita, gusto ko sanang malaman. So with all of that in mind, let's get on with the video. For my first tip, if you're starting out, you should always join smaller conventions. Kim, how can you say a convention or an event is small? It actually depends sa organizer and then sa location. So for example, any event held in SMX Convention Center, that's a very, very big con. You should not be attending that if it's your first time. Smaller events, I would say, events held in Centris Elements, sa Bayanihan Center, or yung mga events na held within universities lang, campus-wide events. Yun yung suggestion ko for you because overall, mas mura yung prices ng table fees ng events na smaller. Kasi pag nagsisimula ka, ang mahirap talaga niyan is yung budget mo, di ba? Kakastart mo pa lang, wala ka pang puhunan, wala ka pang earnings. Also, ang conventions kasi, overall, sobrang overwhelming yung experience. Like, ang daming nangyayari, ang daming tao, ang ingay. So, I feel like if you do smaller events, mas manageable siya for you. And the crowd is kinder, I feel. Since onti lang yung tao, hindi sila masyadong nagmamadali. There is also the issue of theft. Bigger events, mas intense yung pag nakawan doon. So with smaller events, it's easier to kind of watch your items and watch the crowd flow. The event that I always recommend for beginners is Patrons of the Arts. I love them. They're such kind organizers and they're so communicative. I feel like yun kasi yung need mo eh. If you're starting out, you really need organizers that care about you. Sobrang community-based nila and they respond so quickly to all of your concerns, all of your questions. This is a big one. Do not overstock for your new merch. Ang advice ko dyan, if it's your first time, draw multiple designs. Tas for each design, onti lang siya per piece. For example, mag-drawing ka ng many sticker designs and then for each sticker designs, mga 10 pieces lang yung ipaprint mo for that. This is the same with all types of merch. Stickers, keychains, prints, tote bags, kung ano man yan. Start with a small quantity. And I say this because I've learned this from experience. Okay, meron akong story time for that. Let's go back to when I first started out. As in, yung first ever kong Artist Alley convention. Nung time na yun, nag-drawing ako ng Spy Family design. So, dinrawing ko si Anya, si Yor, and then si Lloyd. Ang dami kong pinaprint na stickers doon. Like, mga 50 pieces each. Because I was so convinced na yun yung magiging bestseller ko. Like, I was so convinced na yung 50 pieces na yun, mauubos ko siya. Because, you know, at the time, sobrang uso kasi ng Spy Family noon. Parang launch lang ng season 1 ng anime. Anyways, dumating yung araw ng convention, hulaan nyo kung ilan yung nabenta ko ng Spy Family. 3 lang each. Well, actually, I feel like kay Lloyd, like, isa or dalawa lang ata yung nabenta nun because mas uso si Yor at the time. So, ayun, it took so many events para ma-dispose yung 50 pieces ng Spy Fam merch na yun. Technically, 150 siya kasi 3 sila, right? Tapos, tumating rin sa point na kinailangan ko lang siya ipamigay. Like, napabigay ko lang siya as freebie, to be honest. Para lang di ko na siya makita. And to this day, minsan, nag-aalongkat ako ng gamits. Makikita ko pa rin yun sa storage ko. Naiinis talaga ako. Grabe, PTSD yun. So, ayun, don't make the same mistake I did. My advice to you, you should treat your first event as like market research. Ang gawin mo, do multiple designs. Tapos, print out like 10 pieces of each. And then, you really have to observe alin dito yung mas bumebenta compared sa iba. And then for your next con, yun na yung mag-print ka ng marami. Pero hindi ka rin mag-print ng 50 pieces ha. I-print mo, for example, di ba last con, nag-print ka ng 10 pieces. For the next con, let's maybe do, print ka ng like 20 pieces, ganyan. And if you see na ang daming leftovers sa 20 pieces na yun, maybe for the next con, mag-print ka lang ng 15. Ayun. So basically, it's research. Really take note of which ones are your bestsellers sellers and which ones don't sell. Para kapag may in-introduce kang new merch, tapos nakita mo, ay, hindi to masyado bumabenta. Next con, wag ka na mag-print ng ganun. Hayaan mo na lang siya mag-phase out or maubos. And then, really analyze, okay, bakit nga ba hindi to bumenta? Bakit ito bumenta siya compared sa iba? Ganyan. It's market research. And of course, mas marami kang available na design, mas marami kang maaaral, mas marami kang data na makokollect. Another random tip pala na naisip ko lang now, dapat lagi kang may dalang barya kasi sa umaga, ewan ko ba kung bakit, pero kapag nagbabayad yung mga tao, mga 1K binibigay nila sa akin. Tapos yung bibilihin nila, mga 40 pesos na sticker. Hindi ba't nakakainis yun? Nabibili ka ng ayoko mag-complain. Baka makancel ako on the internet. But anyways, lagi kang magdala ng spare change for, customers na makulit. I also have a video na what I pack for cons. So if you want like a thorough checklist na pwede nyong gayahin ng mga dinadala ko for conventions, please see this video. I'll put it here or I'll link it down below. For my next tip, you should do your best to make lots of friends. Cheesy nun, I know, but to be honest, pupunta tayo sa conventions to make friends, to socialize. Kasi if you didn't want to socialize, pwede ka naman magbenta online na lang right? You don't have to speak to anyone. But pinili mo mag-artist alley, so you really have to socialize, really go out of your way to talk to your booth neighbors, to talk to your customers. I have met some of my best friends in cons. Right now, nakaka-hiatus ako from attending artist alleys. Pero yung friends ko na na-meet ko from years back, we still keep in touch. Nagchat-chat pa rin kami from time to time. If you watch some of my Artist Alley vlogs, you can see na we as a community, we really take care of each other, the artists. We really try to hold on to each other because kung creative ka sa Philippines, it is a very lonely industry. You can have a lot of doubts if you pursue creative passions. Pero if you have like a community backing you up, tolerable siya. Additionally, connections are very important in this industry. My tip to you, after nung event, hanapin mo yung organizers. Usually nakatambay sila sa near the stage kung saan nangyayari yung tech stuff. Puntahan mo yung organizers, introduce yourself, and then thank them for a great event because at the end of the day, they are human and they appreciate knowing na na-appreciate mo yung trabaho nila. If you build good rapport kasi with the organizers, mas malaki rin yung chance na ma-invite ka for their next events. Okay, now we're down to our last tip. Actually, sasabihin ko, hindi siya masyadong tip. It's more on advice or a pep talk. If ever you receive low sales for your first event, please know that it does not mean that you are a bad artist. Let me repeat that. Just because you get low sales doesn't mean you're a bad artist. I feel like so many artists go through that mindset. It's definitely something that you have to unlearn because my first artist alley, it was very much a big fail. Hindi ko na earn back yung ginastos ko for that event. More so, gumastos ako para lang maka-attend sa event na yon at makabenta sa event na yon, and I never earned anything back. But at the end of the day, it's not a reflection of my skills as an artist. It's more so a reflection of my lack of experience. Now, 2 years na nga ako dito sa artist alley scene. Marami na ako natutunan, and now I kind of have like 2 years of data to gather from. I know my audience, I know my art style, I know what about my art really sells. You always have to remember to be kind to yourself kasi tayo bilang creatives, bilang artist / business owner, you actually wear many hats. Ang dami mong roles eh. Ikaw yung customer service, ikaw yung business owner, ikaw yung CEO, ikaw yung content creator, marketing, ikaw rin yung supplier, yung artist. Remember na business to, and ang normal na business, may iba't iba silang tao for different roles. Pero ikaw kasi, ikaw lang yun eh, all throughout. So, if ever na yung first mong event, low yung sales, rather than looking at your final numbers, your final earnings, instead, tingnan mo, okay, for my next event, how can I make this better? Ano yung artworks ko na nag-sell well? Ano yung art ko na hindi nag-sell well? Okay ba yung location na to? Okay ba yung organizers na to? Okay ba yung merch na binenta ko? Moving forward, should I change the merch that I'm from selling. Ayun, some things matututunan mo lang the more you attend cons. So for every event that you attend, take that as a learning opportunity. So ayun, that's it for this video. I hope you've learned something from this video. I hope it helps you feel less anxious about your first convention. If you have any questions for me about art, business, art styles, anything, I'd be happy to answer them for you. I read all of your comments. I'm always happy whenever you guys comment or whenever you ask questions from me. It gives me an idea kung anong gagawin kong next video. So please leave your comments down below and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!